It has been 1 month since the final whistle blew in that unforgettable WAFCON final, where the Super Falcons of Nigeria once again stamped their dominance on African women's football. That night wasn't just about lifting a trophy, it was about lifting the spirits of millions across Nigeria and the African continent. It was about history, pride, and a statement of strength. 1 month later, the echoes of that victory are still being felt, not just in the locker room, not just in Nigeria, but around the world. Today, we reflect on what that victory meant, how fulfilled the players feel after achieving such glory, and what the future holds for the legendary Super Falcons. The journey to glory wasn't easy. The Super Falcons entered the competition with expectations as heavy as the Nigerian sky during the rainy season. Every team that faced them came with one mission: to dethrone the queens of African football. But the Falcons had a different plan. From the group stages, their intent was clear. They didn't just want to win, they wanted to dominate. Players like Rasheedat Ajibade brought energy and flair. Asisat Oshola, though battling fitness challenges, showed why she remains one of the greatest African players ever. The defense, led by young and determined stars, stood strong like a fortress. Every match was a story of resilience. In the semi-final, when critics doubted their ability to push through, the Falcons dug deep and displayed not just skill, but unbreakable character. And then came the final, a night of tension, of fire, and of destiny. The team played not just with their legs, but with their hearts. Every tackle, every pass, every goal was a message: the Super Falcons are eternal. When the final whistle confirmed their victory, history added yet another golden chapter with Nigeria's name shining brightest. Now, a month later, the glow of victory still shines brightly. The players are not just proud, they are fulfilled deeply, emotionally, and spiritually. Let's look at some of their stories 1 month after glory. Rasheedat Ajibade, the rising star. Rasheedat, with her passion and creativity, felt like she carried the energy of an entire generation. 1 month later, she describes waking up each morning with gratitude, knowing that her sweat helped bring joy to millions. For her, the trophy is not just silverware, it is a reminder that hard work, dedication, and belief can move mountains. She has spoken about how the win inspires her to aim higher at PSG and become one of the world's most respected footballers. Asisat Oshola, the leader and icon. Asisat's journey to that victory wasn't smooth. Injuries threatened to cut her influence short, but champions rise in adversity. 1 month later, she reflects on how victory proved that leadership is not just about playing every minute, but about inspiring every teammate. For her, the WAFCON win was proof that the Falcons remain unbeatable when they play as one. She feels fulfilled because the younger generation looked up to her resilience. Jennifer Ichejini, the new generation. For Jennifer and other young stars, this victory was their first major continental taste of glory. 1 month later, she still recalls the celebrations, the songs, and the tears of joy. She feels fulfilled not just because of the win, but because she now sees herself as part of a family that wins together, loses together, and grows together. For her, the trophy is both an achievement and a challenge, a call to work harder for future triumphs. Michelle Alozie, the fighter. Michelle's energy during the tournament was unmatched. 1 month later, she speaks about how winning the trophy has fueled her passion not just to perform for the Super Falcons but also to inspire young Nigerian girls abroad who dream of wearing the green and white. For her, the fulfillment lies in being a role model both on and off the field. Together, their voices echo one truth: the fulfillment of victory lasts longer than the medals. It changes identities, gives meaning to sacrifices, and inspires dreams for generations to come. 1 month later, the impact of the victory continues to spread. Across Nigeria, young girls now walk onto dusty fields with footballs at their feet, believing that they too can be Falcons. The victory wasn't just about 90 minutes, it was about opening doors for the future. Media outlets across the world praise the Falcons' resilience, with global clubs now scouting Nigerian talent with sharper eyes. Sponsorships, endorsements, and opportunities are flowing in. The WAFCON win has elevated not just individuals, but the reputation of Nigerian women's football as a whole. For fans, The memory of that night still brings goosebumps. The chants, the flags, the tears, they are all reminders that football is more than a game. It is identity. It is passion. So, what lies ahead for the champions? The answer is simple: greatness. The Super Falcons are not resting on their laurels. They know that victory is sweet, but legacy requires consistency. With young players like Jennifer Echegini, Gift Monday, Rasheedat Ajibade, and Michelle Alozie growing into their prime, the Falcons have the perfect blend of youth and experience. Upcoming tournaments: the Falcons are already preparing for World Cup qualifiers, Olympic dreams, and continental defenses. Each tournament is another chance to prove themselves on the global stage. The new generation, the rise of players in Europe's biggest leagues, means that Nigeria now competes with depth. The next decade promises a golden era. Global respect: this WAFCON win wasn't just a victory for Nigeria, it was a reminder to the world that African women's football is powerful, skillful, and unstoppable. 1 month after lifting the WAFCON trophy, the Super Falcons stand as living proof that dreams are valid. They remind us that no mountain is too high, no battle too tough, and no dream too big. Their victory is not just their own, it belongs to Nigeria, to Africa, and to every little girl who dares to dream with the football at her feet. The journey continues. The challenges will come. But with the same spirit that carried them to glory, the Falcons will rise again and again. As fans, as supporters, and as believers, our role is to cheer, to stand by them, and to dream with them. Because if 1 month after glory feels this sweet, imagine what the next victory will feel like.